What's up, guys? Matt Moda here to talk to you about the Orioles versus Phillies game today. Pretty early start time at 12:35, so no dilly-dallying. We got to get right into it. We got Trevor Rogers on the mound for the Orioles and Ranger Suarez on the mound for the Phillies. I'm actually not going to dive into the home run market today. I'm going to go with two pitcher props, obviously talking about the two pitchers that I just mentioned. Real quick, to do a recap from yesterday, did not get any of our two home run predictions to come through. Kyle Schwarber, Gunnar Henderson, neither of them went yard. We did get two on Monday's game, so that's kind of the nature of the business with home runs. But with two good pitchers on the mound and not great hitting weather in Philly today, decided to stay away from the home run market and dive into the pitcher props as I mentioned. Before we get started, just a reminder to like the video, comment, subscribe, and then to go to BetMGM and use the promo code CROSSING to get in on the action. So as I mentioned, two pitcher props today. Let's start with the Orioles pitcher, Trevor Rogers. Take him to go over 17.5 outs, offered at minus 110 odds. Essentially what we are betting on here is that he is going to pitch at least 6 full innings. Now, you look at the Orioles. Their season has not gone the way that they had hoped. Their starting pitching has really disappointed this year. Trevor Rogers has actually been fantastic. He's gone over this number in 5 straight starts, and we'd like for him to stay hot, continue this stretch that he's on, hit it in 6 straight after today. Now he did get a late start to the year. He's only made 9 starts. His first start was May 24th. He missed the beginning due to injury. And as I mentioned, he's been fantastic. He's hit this over in 5 straight starts. And you look at his numbers on the year, very, very good. Now, like runs against, ERA is 1.44. That's fantastic. His FIP, which stands for field independent pitching, a fantastic 2.62. Those are two very, very good numbers. Now, in terms of this prop, we need him to limit the number of base runners, right? We need him to have a lot of quiet innings. And to kind of give you guys some context to that, the batters against Trevor Rogers are only hitting 148 against him. That is incredibly low. And he only has a walk rate of 6.2%. That walk rate would be in the bottom 20 of all qualified pitchers. And that would be by far the lowest average allowed as well. Now, he hasn't pitched enough innings to be considered a qualified pitcher, but that just shows you the type of company that he is in. And that also means that he does an excellent job limiting base runners, which is perfect for this prop. That helps him go deep into games. That's also why he's done it in 5 straight starts. Now, you look at the Phillies, you look at the sample size of the entire year, their 2 best hitters against left-handed pitching, it's actually Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper. Now, those are 2 very good hitters. The issue, they also bat with their left hand. Rogers, meanwhile, is basically unhittable from the left side. So if you're lefty against Trevor Rogers, it's not going to be good. Looking at this last 5 start stretch where, again, he's gone over this proper taking in all of those 5, he has not allowed a single home run to a lefty. So that's why I'm off of the Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper home run train for today. And he's just got fantastic numbers across the board. Every stat you want to look at is fantastic. But what I want to highlight is lefties are hitting 0.053 against him in this stretch. They're not even batting 100 against Trevor Rogers. They're barely even batting 50, if that's the way to phrase it. So it's really, really hard to see. I mean, Schwarber is obviously amazing and on an incredible run, and he hit a home run off of Chris Sale, so I'm not going to sit here and doubt Kyle Schwarber at all. But if you just look at the data, pitching beats good hitting. And I have a hard time seeing Bryce Harper or Kyle Schwarber have a lot of success against him. And then you look at the rest of the Phillies bats, really none of them can be trusted against lefties, at least to get on base. Even guys like Trey Turner is batting like 230 against lefties since May 1st. You look at the Phillies since May 1st, only 2 hitters are hitting above 280 against lefties. One of those was Bryce Harper, who we already kind of know we can't really trust to have a good game. The other one is Edmundo Sosa. Now, I love Sosa. He's probably going to bat like 7th tonight. He's going to be in the lineup against a lefty, but he's really not anybody. Yeah, maybe he'll slap a single, but he doesn't normally hit for a ton of power, despite that I think he just hit a home run a couple of days ago. Otto Kemp has decent numbers against lefties, but it's more so like he either hits a home run or he doesn't get on base at all. And as I mentioned, Trevor Rogers hasn't allowed a single home run to a lefty. He's only allowed 1 to a righty in his last 5 starts. So he's been fantastic. I'm expecting him to pitch well tonight. And then on the other side, the other pitcher that we are backing, Ranger Suarez. Let's take him to go over his outs prop, which is offered at, it's over 18.5, I should say, and that's offered at plus 130 odds. So for Rogers, we're backing him to pitch at least 6 innings. For Ranger, we're backing him to get at least 1 out in the 7th inning. So the reason why the odds are so dramatic from the -110 at over 17.5 to the +130 for over 18.5 is it's obviously incredibly common for pitchers to get taken out after the 6th inning. Now, but you look at Ranger, he is somebody that the Phillies will trust to go deep into games. Now, maybe with their upgraded bullpen, with Joan Duran added to the team, maybe they're not going to have their starters go as deep into games, but Topper will also trust his pitcher. And Ranger, he has struggled a little bit. Since the All-Star break, he's gone under this number in 2 of his 3 starts since the All-Star break, and he's gone under in 3 of his last 5 starts in general. But the good news is he did just cash this over in his last start against the Tigers. Tigers, obviously a very, very good team. They hit lefties significantly better than the Orioles. So the hope is that even though he did give up some runs, he did pitch I think he pitched 7 full innings in that game. So the hope here is that he's able to round into his pre-All-Star break form when he was fantastic. So I mentioned that he has gone under this number in 3 of his last 5 starts. Well, his last 5 starts prior to that, so starts like 6 through 10 ago, he hit it in all 5. Literally pitched into the 7th inning in all 5 of those starts prior to this stretch. So it's been a recent form for Ranger where he hasn't been able to go over this. But again, the Phillies will let their pitchers pitch deep into games. And more importantly, and kind of getting to the bulk of the analysis here, we're fading the Orioles against left-handed pitching. At the trade deadline, they traded 2 of their best bats against lefties. Not their 2 best, 2 of their best in Ramon Laureano and Ryan O'Hearn. Not only that, but their best batter against left-handed pitching who is left on the team is Tyler O'Neill. He jammed his wrist yesterday, was removed from the game. Now, x-rays came back negative, but it's unlikely that he is going to play today. He's not listed as a potential lineup starter for the Orioles, so he's probably not going to play. And then you look at who's left on the Orioles. Jordan Westburg has been good against lefties recently, so maybe he could do some damage. A lot of their other batters are left-handed, like Gunnar Henderson, and they traded Cedric Mullins, but Jackson Holliday's a lefty as well. They just don't have a lot of batters left. The only player on the Orioles with above average stats against left-handed pitching that is projected to be in the lineup tonight is backup catcher Alex Jackson. He's got 10 plate appearances against a lefty. So who the heck knows what he's going to be. Now, I get that this next stat I'm going to give you is a really small, tiny sample size, but since the trade deadline, so we're talking like 5-6 games here, but since the trade deadline, the Orioles have the 4th worst WRC plus against left-handed pitching. But that number, the WRC plus, is 43. Now, to give you context, WRC plus is like weighted runs created on average, kind of taking the plus takes into account like the pitching and the ballpark and all that stuff. 100 is completely average. So anything below 100 is below average. They're at 43. That would be the worst in a mile if you looked at the entire season. Obviously, you can't really extrapolate a 5-game sample size, but it kind of does make sense in this stretch because they traded their best bats against lefties. So full fade of the Orioles bats. Also a little bit of a bounce back that we are hoping for Ranger. Suarez. Plus 130 odds is absolutely worth the play. And that's all we got. So I appreciate everybody for watching. Make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe. Make sure to go to BetMGM, use promo code CROSSING. Make sure to bet responsibly and have a good one. Must be 21 or older in participating states. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See terms and conditions in the description of the video.